If you put 9mm rocks in there, it's gonna shoot them. The gun is just reliable. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy RGG, a regular gun guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, and if you're returning to the channel, I truly appreciate you. Anything I say in this video is just my opinion. I encourage you to leave me a comment with yours. I'll do my best to respond. Let's get into this video. So first question, why the comparison? That's what I asked myself. Why do the comparison? Well, it's quite simple. These are two double-stack 1911/2011 guns that take Glock magazines. A couple of the only ones that are on the market available now. There's some more, but this this XP Pro is starting to make some noise. The Platypus been killing it over the last couple years, so that's why I decided to do the comparison. I think a lot of people want to know. Let's kind of talk about the Platypus's popularity over the last couple years. I've been a huge supporter of the Stealth Arms Platypus since it hit the market. I actually did a short back when they were at SHOT Show for the very first time. Nobody had really heard of this gun. I hadn't either. I was so impressed with it when I seen it. I was like, man, I like this. I did a YouTube short on there, which I'll put up here somewhere. And the short did so well, people started to ask about it. They wanted to know what it was. Eventually, I started working with Stealth Arms. They sent me out a Platypus. We did videos on it. It started to really buzz. I could probably name 50 people easily that I know that own Stealth Arms Platypuses. It became really popular. You start seeing a bunch of other influencers do videos on it. The name stands out, right? First we thought it was a really funny name. Now it's just kind of becoming a household name. So I'm proud of the success, man. These guys really work hard. They came out with a crazy, reliable, dope firearm that kind of changed the game, right? The double stack 1911 that takes Glock mags. I even seen Platypus at a gun show recently, and then they're starting to pop up in stores. So does the XP Pro compare? Does it compare? Do you think it competes, or do you think there's no competition there, just another option?
Yeah, I think they got a little problem, especially if they start doing more stuff, which they say they're going to do.
We're going to start where it counts, right? The main thing that people are into, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper. But let's start with the two main pieces to the whole comparison, in my personal opinion. The price and then availability. We'll start with the price of these two firearms. So the XP Pro comes in at either $1,100 or $1,200. And the Platypus, for a base model, before you start adding stuff or doing any type of tweaks to it in the Cerakote, you're at about $1,400 or $1,400 and some change. So we already kind of at a $300 price difference where we are. So we're talking $1,000 difference in price. Availability or turnaround time in the case of the Platypus. So you're talking two different ball games. I think, the XP Pro more of a production pistol where, they making them, they putting them in the different stores. You can just order it on their website. And then at Stealth Arms, your gun is kind of made to order, right? It's like you going to the restaurant and you order a burger and then you tell them what you want on it and they don't start cooking it till you order it. The wait times right now, from what I'm hearing at the time of this video, you might wait 6 months to get your Platypus. I know they try to get them out sooner, but you may wait that amount of time. Whereas with the XP Pro, if you order it online, you may get it in a couple weeks, or you may find you one in the store. That being said, in all fairness, I've seen the Stealth Arms Platypus in a couple of stores, retail stores. So, you just have to look around or get lucky and find one. I even seen one at the gun show recently. So one of the terms that I hear a lot of times when people are talking about guns or comparing them, they talk about like fit and finish, basically the feel of the gun, the Cerakote job, you know what I'm saying, the serrations and all the other cool stuff. And when I look at these two guns, right, when you look at them on the surface, to me personally, the Platypus just looks better, right? It's gotten more 2011 personality to it a little bit, because like with the XP Pro, it's not necessarily a full rail. You can get that on your Platypus and things like that. However, when you hold the two guns, they both feel quality. So me and Letho, we were holding the guns and talking about them, and we both kind of agreed that the Platypus seems to feel a little bit more premium in a sense. The XP Pro is a heavier gun. Some people prefer heavier guns. It's noticeably heavier. Now, in terms of the finish, I think the finish in terms of like the Cerakote or the paint job on the XP Pro is better than the finish and the paint job on the Platypus. I mean, it just is. Like, even with the custom Cerakotes, Platypuses look better overall, but that finish just seems like on the XP Pro, like it's gonna last longer. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong about that, but that's just kind of how it feels and seems when you're looking at both of them. When you look at the finish on both of them, the finish on the XP Pro seems to be a little bit better. But the Platypus feels like a more premium gun. I know that might sound confusing, but that's just kind of what I came up with handling both firearms. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the grip modules, right? So grip modules on these guns, it's a thing. The grip module angles, kind of similar. They both take Glock mags or whatever. I give the grip module edge to the Platypus with their newer grip texture on the upgraded Platypus. The XP Pro has a better grip module than the original texture on the Platypus. The newer grip module, the more aggressive texture, is a little bit better on the Platypus. Now, as far as the grip modules are concerned, the XP Pro, I think, has like the 2011 style grip module where it can be changed out. You know, I think it's 2 pieces versus just one whole piece like the Platypus is. So is that an advantage or not? I don't know. It's hard for me to say, because that's up to you to determine. But like, for instance, on my Prodigy or my Apollo 11, let's just say I wanted to go with a upgraded grip module on there. I can do that on either of those guns. Now on this XP Pro and the Platypus, you definitely can't do it. What you get is what you get. On the XP Pro, you can change out the grip module. The problem is, ain't nothing to change it out to right now. And I had to think about that. Well, yeah, you can switch out the grip module, but it take Glock magazines. Who's making aftermarket grip modules that take Glock magazines? Ha ha. It's like an aha moment, right? Somebody gonna come up with that. That aftermarket support will exist at some point if they're not already working on it. And to me, the XP Pro would then have an edge right there, because if you can switch out that grip module and get you something that you really like and it still takes the Glock mags, yeah, that's something right there. So I'm giving the edge to the Platypus in terms of the grip module right now, but I think the upside goes with the XP Pro if down the line you're able to switch out those grip modules. That's a plus. Now let's talk a little bit about like the functionality and then the triggers, right? So like the functionality on the guns, the functions work fine on both of the firearms, right? I think the safety on both guns, the safety action was fine. The slide, a lot better on the Platypus.
That's more buttery, smooth.
Yeah. It feels like it's got like a drag. It feels like a striker fire slide.
There's a drag in the back. You can feel it.
Yeah.
It says it's gonna loosen up though. This one's glass from go.
The slide is way smooth out the box. You know, the people at XP Pro say, hey, it'll loosen up once it breaks in, a couple hundred rounds. But right out the box, that Platypus slide is a lot better. The triggers, to me, negligible.
And see, after 200 rounds, this is a whole different gun. No, and they didn't charge me no tax, no shipping. Bro, I paid, I thought they was gonna say, you know, we can't ship.
There's very little difference in the trigger quality on these guns. Both of the guns, to me, they're even on the triggers. But as far as like the functionality, slide action, definitely give it to the Platypus. I think where XP Pro kind of did it right out the gate, not saying that Stealth Arms didn't do it right out the gate, but Stealth Arms, you had to kind of go in and build it and put all of this stuff in, which they kind of gave other companies the thought process from a consumer perspective that says, man, the gun should just come with ambi safeties. I shouldn't have to choose that. And that was something that wasn't on the Platypuses at first. And then you think, well, on these type of guns, bull barrel should just be there. That shouldn't be a thing, right? But it kind of gave them the Apple effect, right? Like you get this iPhone, oh yeah, you're gonna want to get this one too, because now we putting some more stuff on it that probably should have been on the first iPhone, but we're gonna put it on the second one. That's gonna make, now you're gonna have 2 of them. But I think Fusion and the Live Free people, they thought about a lot of this stuff and just made it standard on the gun. The grip module situation, the ambi safeties, the bull barrel, the steel frame, all of that stuff, man. Now you got all those bells and whistles up front. Now shooting these guns, man, listen,
That bitch look good, bro.
I enjoyed shooting both of them. I really did. Now, I shoot the Platypus better. I just do. I mean, boy, when I shoot that thing, I'm real decent with it, you understand me? But I didn't shoot the XP Pro bad. One thing I always said about the Stealth Arms Platypus from day one, if you find me a more reliable gun, I will buy you a Snicker bar. If you put 9mm rocks in there, it's gonna shoot them. The gun is just reliable. Now, even though I don't have as much trigger time and as many rounds through the XP Pro, from talking to some of my peers, watching a few videos, and then experiencing it myself with Letho, running quite a few rounds through this thing at the range, the people at Fusion got it right. They figured whatever Stealth Arms is doing, they pretty much did the same thing to get that level of reliability out of it, that Glock type of reliability. I have no reason to think that gun is not reliable. I haven't seen much saying it isn't, and from what I've witnessed so far, seems to just be a running ass gun. It runs. What do I think when I look at the Stealth Arms Platypus and the Fusion Firearms XP Pro? And there's a ton of videos out there on both of these guns, so you could definitely go look at reviews on them and come to your own conclusion. You have to make your own decision. I know I sound like I'm stalling y'all, but I'm not. I don't own an XP Pro right now. Will I be getting one? I liked it enough that I'm very curious about the upside. I already own the Platypus. There's not much more I can do to it. It is what it is, right? I would love to have the newer Platypus with the bull barrel and the upgraded grip module and all that stuff. But right now, what I have, it just kind of is what it is. Price-wise, it kind of comes down to your budget, right? When you get a Platypus and you start doing the upgrades to it, the Cerakote, and putting all the stuff on it, now it goes from being a 1400 base model gun to probably upwards $1,800 to $2,000. Well, the price on the XP Pro not going to change. So it just depends on where you are budget-wise, and then how much time do you have? If I'm looking for something custom that's going to be mine, a one-off, and I build it to my spec, I'm going Stealth Arms Platypus without a question. Especially if I got the time on my hands and the bread to spend. Nobody has that customization system in the industry. So when you go to their website, man, you could design that gun from A to Z, everything you want on it, just the way you want it at yours. You don't need to change nothing in the future if you feel what I'm saying, right? And you're okay with the grip module, all that stuff, you good to go. If you in the market looking for, you like 1911s, you want to get you like a 2011 style gun, double stack 1911 that take Glock mags, but you don't want to break the bank and have something nice, that XP Pro is 1000% an option. If I had to choose one, I'm probably still going to stick to my roots and go Platypus. I think that the Fusion Firearms XP Pro is a viable option and definitely a competitor to the Stealth Arms Platypus. A lot of people going to be buying that gun simply for price and the lack of wait time alone. That's my honest opinion. All I got to say, stay solid. It's free to do that. Stay out the way. I'll see y'all in the next one.